What is up, Buck? I'm Doug with D&E in the Garage. Last week, Jeep allowed their newest vehicle to be photographed during some rainy day road testing, albeit heavily camouflaged. And since then, Jeep and Mopar enthusiasts have been doing what car nuts do when they get a nugget of information but a general dearth of actual facts. We speculate wildly and then spread that information across the internet like rabbit DNA. So what I did over the past few days was I researched and I reached out trying to determine what was a real fact and a false flag to get the 411 on this newest Jeep, and I was kind of blown away with what I learned. This thing might be okay. Let's get into it. Now let's start with the biggest piece of misinformation that's going around. It is this picture here. About half the sites reporting on the new Cherokee include this picture of the camouflaged vehicle in question with a non-camo, very much production-ready blue vehicle next to it. The implication, as many of the sites using this picture don't even give a caption, is that the blue car is what the new Cherokee will look like underneath that camouflage. In fact, the blue car is just a 2025 Wagoneer S, the battery electric vehicle that really doesn't have anything to do with the other Wagoneers. Not 100% sure why they gave it that name, it's its own thing. But if you look at the camouflaged vehicle and you look at the Wagoneer S, the silhouettes are completely different, the belt lines are different. And I'm gonna share some stuff I found later that explains why that's not correct. The new Cherokee is not gonna be a miniature Wagoneer S. Because this is what we do know, this vehicle will not be a battery EV. Stellantis and most automakers have made it clear that 2024 was probably the high watermark for battery EV tech, at least for a while. Not only that, but at the 2024 LA Auto Show, Stellantis COO Antonio Filosa promised new hybrid tech was coming sometime in 2025, and that tech would be better than 4xe. For those that do not know, 4xe is the current Jeep hybrid four-wheel drive system. If you're ever out on the road and you see a Jeep, I think right now it's mostly Wranglers and Grand Cherokees, but eventually it'll be all of them with those blue recovery hooks either in the front or the back. That's a 4xe. Anyway, that promised tech is what will come standard in the new Cherokee. Currently, we are told that the meat and potatoes of this new hybrid system will be a turbocharged 1.6 liter gasoline engine set to assist and charge a highly efficient electric battery system. Most importantly, far more exciting, and the whole reason I'm making a video for you people here today about this vehicle, the new Cherokee will get a 3.6 liter Pentastar V6 gasoline engine option. This is Stellantis and Jeep backing away from that full battery EV thing that just isn't selling and giving people what they want, liquid dinosaurs to burn. Now the spy photos are not great, but we can tell two things. This is a Jeep and this Jeep is big. While finer aesthetic details cannot be discerned from the heavily camouflaged vehicle, the 7-slat grille, very reminiscent to the 5th generation Cherokee, is visible under the camo tarping, and traditional trapezoidal bracketed wheel arches, a modern day Jeep staple, leave no doubt about the parentage of this vehicle. That said, we have confirmation that it will be built on the STLA large platform. This is one of 4 platforms that Stellantis has set up to kind of streamline their production and development process. You've got STLA small, medium, and large. Those are for unibody construction vehicles, and then you have STLA frame for the larger vehicles like the Grand Wagoneer and their pickup trucks. This is surprising as Jeep currently has no offerings on the STLA medium platform. That's the hole that the last Cherokee left when it was canceled in 2023. Being built on the same platform as vehicles like the Durango and the Grand Cherokee, it seems that the new vehicle will be bigger than previous models and is likely to take the place traditionally held by the Grand Cherokee as that vehicle continues to move up market. The Grand Cherokee has a 7-passenger option, and it seems every year it moves further and further into the pseudo-luxury market and away from being a budget transportation method for people. In true D&E fashion, we are gonna best case scenario the heck out of this thing in a minute, but first, let's shoot the elephant in the room. The name. Cherokee. Not problematic for about 46 of this vehicle's 49 years of loyal and distinguished service. It has earned itself a spot in the crosshairs of those with little else to do than think of ways to hinder the progress of folks who actually have something to get done today. Now, without carrying myself away in the politics of the issue, some would like to see the nameplate replaced. And I have a hard time seeing a company as feckless and globally minded as Stellantis going to bat to save a nameplate, which likely means absolutely nothing to the current management. Cherokee nameplate means nothing to them. It's just a liability. At various times, Stellantis and Jeep have vowed to remove the name and have vowed to protect it, so I guess we will see, but the important thing is they can never take away 1974 to 2023. We'll always have those years, boys. Now, I have an invitation for you. Let's pretend we know nothing of recent Jeep history and speculate wildly. I believe that given what we have been teased about this vehicle and the environment it's being born into, we could be getting the closest analog to an XJ that anyone has seen since 2001. Unless something major changes, which it just does not seem possible, this vehicle's not getting battery EV only tech. That means every single one of these will have gasoline to count on or as a backup, and that is beautiful. That is win number one. Hybrid tech is far more reliable, far more sustainable, and does not cause cars to catastrophically depreciate the way battery EVs do. That is going to entice more people to this vehicle and make it a more viable vehicle for 2025. The second big win is in the assertion by Stellantis higher-ups that they have heard our complaints about the price of new Jeeps and they're looking into making a price point option. And before anyone says Compass, that vehicle starts at $26,000 and it's a mid-tier luxury option. The Compass is not an econo-box, it's just a small car. But back to the Cherokee, having a low sticker price could be beneficial for more than one reason. If the vehicle we are discussing, possibly the Cherokee, is the sub $25,000 economy ride we were promised, it could mean a reduction in unnecessary tech like autonomous driving elements, large intrusive infotainment systems, standard options that used to be add-ons, stuff like heated seats, the kind of things that have made modern cars so expensive and in a lot of cases so unreliable. With a gasoline engine and a focus on limited tech and comfort in the name of price, it sure sounds like this could be what Jeep enthusiasts have been claiming is missing from the modern Jeep experience, the spirit of Jeep. The reason GIs sought these vehicles out when they returned home from World War II, and why every single time the parent company of Jeep goes under, Jeep is the only thing pulled out of the wreckage. You can no longer buy a new Willis Overland, a new Kaiser, a new AMC. Chrysler, for 2025, all they're offering is 3 shades of minivan. But Jeep? Jeep is thriving. Jeep's probably doing better than it ever has, even with the perceived woes by their loyal fan base. This new Cherokee, if they give it a gasoline engine and they don't hinder it with some battery EV technology that doesn't work and nobody wants, and they don't hinder it with a bunch of oppressive, unnecessary tech, autonomous stuff, infotainment stuff, and they just keep it simple, offer me a cloth seat, roll-down window option. I know that's probably asking too much, but hey, you never know. Automakers are hurting. People don't want new cars. They do not want what's sitting on the lot. And if you think automakers are just gonna sit back and keep making the same dumb stuff with nobody buying it indefinitely, it's not going to happen. At some point, something has to change. Either companies go out of business or they start making what people want, or people will just keep buying used cars. So let me know what you think. Are you at all excited for this new vehicle, or have you seen too much of modern vehicles to get excited for anything anymore? What do you think about the name? Do you think they'll bring back Cherokee? Do you think they should bring back Cherokee? Personally, I've noticed a trend here. What Jeep does is when they don't know what to name something, they just look at what were the trim levels for the CJ5 in the 70s, and then they just like, Renegade, Gladiator, that was the truck. But the point is, there's very little creativity over there. I personally hope that if they don't call the new one the Cherokee, they call it the Tuxedo Park. So leave me that comment down there in the squawk boxes. I'd love to know what you guys think, especially if you're a diehard Cherokee fan. SJs and XJs, you know, the first 2 generations. What do you think about the possibility of this new vehicle having a simplified V6 option? Are you excited for it? If you are somebody who buys new cars, is this a vehicle that you are possibly excited for? Are you a Jeep enthusiast at all? What are you guys thinking? And while you're leaving me notes there, what do you think about that Wagoneer S? I think it's pretty darn ugly and offensive to the Wagoneer name. On that note, I will leave you guys here. Leave me the comment down in the squawk boxes. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Maybe go check out my website, monkeywithatoolbox.com. Follow me on social media where I post daily to Instagram and YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. Cannot wait to see y'all on the next one.